So the idea of the study was to compare two groups of individuals who had lifted either lighter weights or heavier weights to fatigue. And our overriding thesis was that the lighter weights or the heavier weights would both result in equivalent amounts of muscle mass gain. And as long as we allowed those lifting lighter weights to occasionally practice lifting heavier weights, that the amount of strength that they gained wouldn't be any different. And in fact, that's what we found.
And what does that
Yeah, I think the take-home message is that heavier weights aren't necessarily the best form of weights to lift if you want to gain muscle mass or develop strength. You can do it with lighter weights so long as you lift to fatigue, and as long as you're wanting to gain strength, you only occasionally have to lift some heavier weights. So I think for people who are looking at going to the gym and would prefer not to lift heavier weights or have some sort of limitation, then they don't necessarily have to. They'll gain as much benefit from lifting lighter weights. So I think the conventional wisdom is that, of course, heavier weights, through experimentation, people have learned that they are effective, and we don't deny that in the paper. The main point, however, is that the lighter weights can be just as effective by eliciting fatigue, probably through a different mechanism, but because you work to fatigue, you get all of the muscle fibers involved, and you're going to get gains in muscle mass and strength. So it doesn't necessarily mean that heavy weights don't work. It just means that there are a number of ways to achieve the same end goal, which is maintaining or gaining some muscle.